Streamed. Thank you, Maggie and Jade. Recording is in progress. Go visual, everybody. It helps a lot. Welcome, David. So it's so much easier than, I mean, names are cool, but people are really cool. This is our number of sessions that we've had now. Who knows? I used to keep counting. I was like, yeah, this is today. 30 seconds, something. There we go. All right, we're on. We're rolling. Today is May 12th, right? 11th. I don't know. Where are we? 12th. Got it. What can I say? We're going to play the game again. So how many are new? Anybody new? Anyone for doing this? Okay, welcome. And we're going to do you first. Just kidding. We're not going to do that. Always. Anyway, and we're going to do whoever moves the most. And usually that's the person going, I don't want to move. Anyway, it's pretty funny. We'll do a review again. And I'm in the middle of pollen in the Western North Carolina, out in the mountains. And it's wild. I mean, a couple of days ago, I could see through, to some of the leaves budding. I'm surrounded by forest. And now the sun's out, and where I'm looking is all the woods that are lit, and it's solid leaves now. I mean, so whatever's happening, if you hear me starting my engines, it's because I'm starting my engines. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And go visual if you're on, kids. That's really important. Go visual. I'm going to kind of slow it down until everybody can get on. And we'll have some announcements in a bit. By the way, I can do this right now that we're shipping. It's out. And we're shipping. Amanda's had loaded up her car completely with orders. It's pretty fun. Really, really fun. So she goes, I'll be back. I've got 101. She did 101 the other day. Books, pretty fun. So that's that. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. we have, and Cynthia will do an announcement once we're all fully set and all that stuff. But it's an intro into some new stuff that we're doing tonight at 8. Especially Mastery of Commitment, which is it's something I do frequently. Like I think it's been 2 decades since I've done it, so not that frequent. Anyway, join, and it's there's one person here has done that class before, so she may have a share on what it was like back in the 1800s is when she did it. Victoria, way back there. So all right, cool. So I do that. I like to know pulse. My team knows this. I'm going to send me a pulse. So we have an end of day, but what it is what's the pulse of whatever you're working on. And sometimes I don't get it till the next day. Sometimes I don't get it until the end of the weekend. I'm saying this to certain people. And some people, I don't give them. What can I say? And that's going to change. Because I had to call last night or text going, well, how's it going? Anyway. So I'm asking you your pulse of what's happening. This is big stuff. I mean, just simply to change I want into I choose changes the trajectory of someone's entire life. So for me, I could just be working with conscious language and change my whole world. Except that I went, well, once I woke up language, I started to wake up imagination. Once body language came on, I was like, this is a whole new world. Oh my gosh. I mean, people are saying things, and I began to understand a way to ask, is this going on for you? Yes. Is this going? So we have a whole book on it, which is, helps me tremendously build the next platforms of where we're going. So in what we're doing in live on our video log, it's my way to stay in the game and share. And what I'm choosing to get from each of you is, all right, are you getting miracles? Let's do that. I'll do that en masse. How many are getting shifts, miracles, upgrades? And then the height you raise your hand is your commitment. But if you put it up there, you can't see it. So just I know that you're keeping within the range. All right. How many have areas of challenge? All right. Yeah, and how many know if you're not doing anything, you won't have any challenges? Anyone? How many know there's standing waves of old patterns that are going, hell no, I won't go. Hell. But I mean, how many know as long as you're just agreeing with the limitation, lack, and the socialized patterns of, well, I've talked myself out of my dreams, so I'm okay where I am. And the universe is going, no, you're not. How many get the universe is going, you either play full on or you're not going to be here? Anyone? How many notice that? How many know for decades and generations, it was get by. Well, now we're at a point where the whole planet went through this rice-a-rona is what I call it. You know, I mean, I've been home now for 3 years or something like that. I'm going traveling for the first time to aroma sharing. In a long time, I used to travel 10 months out of the year. So it's like, all right, I get it. But I'm inner work. Well, inner what? So how many get that if I can make choices, I choose. If I can do the 7 steps in my word made flesh, man, take the charge off. Step 1, something's up, let it be okay. Sure. I just did this with a really, really, really good friend of mine who had hate for his dad, and I understand it. His dad did something extraordinarily bad to him physically. And I said, so I'm not going to say his name. Can you forgive your dad? No, not ever. No. So I worked about 55 different ways so that he could begin to let it be okay. That's not 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 okay. That he hates. And that, so he doesn't pass it on to his brand new son. Now, do you all get body language is everything? I mean, for me, I use it all. I use every one of the codes. So what I would love to know from you is what's working. And then I'm going to play the game again. I'm going to come up with last time we had abundance, prosperity, supply, cash flow, value, whatever it is. And people have movement. Remember that I may work with one person, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 1 and 3, whatever. Your job is, if you can go to the book, you can go, all right, my 4 signals were this, and this. You can look them up, ask yourself the question or issue, is this going on for me? Get it right, and then start doing the decrease. And then remember, this is a conversation. This is a page unfolding, another page unfolding, another page unfolding, another page unfolding, and it's walking us through the open door into our victorious life. What? It's walking us through our open door, which we all are. I am the open door that no man can shut. I am that I am is an open door. We all have one, or you wouldn't be here, into a new state. Instead of getting rid of a state, we're going to restore something. So this is, if somebody watches all these, you can kind of link them all together and begin to get a lot. So how many get that? If this works, I'll put it that way. It's already worked. Scripture, not religion, says, before you have asked, I have answered. Quantum physics. In the field of all possibilities, the moment I'm aware I need something, that need is already fulfilled somehow, somewhere. All I have to do is stretch my consciousness out and appropriate that need as resolved and acquired. I move from what I require into what I have acquired by singing in the choir. So that's the way this works. And again, I get it. Me too. I mean, in the past, I have let myself only choose what I think is reasonable and possible. And that's not a choice. That's settling. How many have ever made, well, I really choose X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to just go for Y. And how many got Y going? Well, okay, not bad. Pretty good. And how many have settled down, enthusiasm, pain, anger, fear, grief, happen, the unconsciousness to a smaller pseudo level of it? How many saw your parents do that? No judgment to our parents. How many they've dreamed and something knocked them down and then came down a little bit more and they had a little more internal stuff going on, or they sedated themselves or whatever. Those dreams are still alive. The dreams of our lineage, our mom's side, our dad's side, all the way back through all creation are still alive in us, awaiting fruition. besides what we bring to the table. So if anyone is going, this is a really big thing I got going on, that just means a lot of life forces involved. A lot of people are involved. A lot of lineage is involved. A lot of whatever. And so you get help. Little self can't do this stuff. Big self can. Little self ain't got enough juice. How many can prove that? Well, I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't. How many? Come on. But how many get, if you hook up to your creator, whatever that is for you, I can do all things through scripture, my anointed self, my God self, the word Christ means anointed. So I'm not here for religious purposes. There's way too many religions for me to get specific. What I'm saying is get your anointed self online. God in me can, whatever way you say that. All right, so what's working? Let's mic yourself, just share with what is working for you. What are the tools that are working effective? And do this quick, because I choose to have a lot of time to work with you guys in the game. What's working? Anybody, everybody. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, you don't get to hold paper up. That doesn't do anything. Philip, go ahead. And then I'll come back to David.
Okay. What's working for me is the freedom process. When I get stuck, I go to it and I move to the next step, which is
good. Thank you.
Was enthusiasm.
Good. And that's so funny that Charles said, I'm going anyway. I love it. Enthusiasm. Go ahead. Now, yeah. Philip, go ahead.
Yeah, since the last Alive, what I found is you pointed out how I was holding a pound coin here, and a lot of my
notice he's a Brit, right? A pound coin here, and we got quarters or $50. Go ahead.
A pound coin does.
I know. I got it. I'm
very grateful, Robert. Thank you.
But have you been relaxing that?
Well, yeah. So I'm embodied, and my consciousness comes from. It's almost like my voice goes lower, and I feel what I'm saying instead of kind of thinking. And my voice goes higher, thinking.
This is heaven, y'all. This is heaven for me.
And it's made.
That's it. Hold on. Wait. That shift. Again, not right or wrong. That we pointed out. Not everybody's doing like that's wrong. This is right. But what you just described, Philip, is heaven for me, where a person has a physiological, visceral experience of the difference between thinking and stinking and feeling. So let's go out a year. What changes in a year for you?
I am shining fiercely with joy, love, abundance, my money, wealth, fun, ease. And in turn, my community shines with joy, fun, love, ease, prosperity. My family are shining with love, prosperity, full supply, abundance. My wealth.
Pause. I'm going to share. Those that were here last time where we had the pound squeeze going on, whatever, got it? Notice how it stayed normal. It didn't come up to a tight thought. Awesome. And do you get, he didn't work that thinking, he let that out. Yes or no, Philip?
Yes.
Notice no effort. You know my grace scripture, not religion. It says, you know my grace because it's without effort. And notice that just rolled right forward with ease and grace, not only for himself, his loved ones, his family, his community, and on. Thank you, my brother. Beautiful.
Can I share an example of a miracle that happened?
Go ahead. Sample us.
So it was related around wealth. So I chose to deliver a program, which is a nutritional program that helps with reversing dis-ease, and funding appeared.
Who's funding?
Oh, yeah, my funding.
Good job. Good. Thank you. Beautiful. Keep it up. David.
The conscious language has helped me tremendously. Doing my decree when I wake up, before I go to bed, or anytime I have negative limiting thoughts, I cancel, clear, and recommit to thriving.
Awesome. I did a session. This is way back. I love this story on it. And office was laid out in 2 different levels. So we're walking back upstairs, and the person behind me, somebody I ended up, loving as my brother, he's going, CCRTP, CCRTP. And he's behind me. So I'm like, what's going on? So I finally get up. Yo, Stephen, what's that? Can't so clear in the past. Can't so clear in the past. I mean, so after that, we sang that song for a long time. So David, how many love that? Can't so clear in the past and now, and always replace it with what we choose. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? What's working for you? Notice that was 3 dudes who shared. Go ahead, Kathy Joe. Where's that button? Where's that?
I just want to say that since our session last week, I've had a lot more peace. I have been more peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
And
what was the tool that did it for you?
I think just acknowledging some things that, I mean, I can just tell that I'm more peaceful.
And here's
with
what I'm
things.
asking, Kathy Joe, everybody, for me, people would, I mean, if you have the number of tens of thousands of times I've asked this question, what did you use to get your outcome? Well, happiness. Happiness is the result. What was the tool? So for me, in my mind, when NLP came out, Bandler and Grinder, I learned it with Tony Robbins. Find the belief system, the syntax, and the physiology. I didn't have that language. I just said, that's what I'm doing. When miracle happened with my mentors, with me, especially with my mentors, I'd be go, well, how do you do that? And they go, oh, and I'm going, I come back and repeat the class 500 times if I need to. So I could figure out, now I can put in words from Bandler and Grinder, the belief system, the syntax, the belief system, got that, the syntax, that's the order, sequence it proceeds, and the actual physiology of the state. So for me, when I ask you, Kathy Joe, and we'll get back in a minute, when I ask, how do you find it? Well, I just feel peace. For me, I'm going, what can I do to bring me more and more and more, greater and greater, ever expanding peace from this moment forward? So that's why I have systematized that, put all of that in here. Mm-hmm. And what we're really doing, I mean, how many know step 1, step 2, there's 7 steps in there, body language, there's 44 different components of that book that are deep dives that I will deep dive more deeply into and stuff like that. So if you can go back, just find one thing that helped bring you peace, Kathy Joe. And now, Kathy Joe, say, I choose to know.
I choose to know. I'm just getting ready to say that. I choose to know.
Good job, honey. Good job.
I choose to know. I feel lighter. I feel more at peace.
And what brought you, I feel lighter?
I don't know, just a knowing.
Well, I'm going to say it's a system. Otherwise, you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How many get it's a system? And now say, I remember.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember when I came in. I remember when I came into me.
I remember when I came into me.
So in that session, what was one thing that happened that allowed you to land in you at peace?
Letting go.
And so by letting go, what happened?
I became more clear of moving forward.
So y'all get that's step 1. Take the charge off, let it be okay, just the way it is. And Kathy Joe, do you get, that's what I'm about, is making sure we all, and you're our trainer right now, making sure we all understand systematically how to do this over and over and over again. Anyone? How many choose to walk around with a movement that throws the illusion into your forward victory? Anyone? And you have to make that sound. How many have been practicing? Yep. You're the one, dear. If you knew, anyway, thank you. And that's enthusiasm. How many she just kicked butt of the illusion? How many, if you got an illusion? Yeah, if you got an illusion going on, I'm serious. And I've had people in classes, who couldn't do that. They couldn't let go. They just couldn't do it. And it's like, well, something's in there holding on pretty tight. So awesome. Thank you, Kathy Joe.
Thank you.
Anyone else? What's working for you? Come on now. Come on. Yes, Cynthia.
I have 2 comments from Facebook in the chat.
Good, I love it.
Both are from Mani. And she says two things: taking the charge off, number one, and decrees move the needle, number two.
The needle movers. Awesome. Thank you, Minnie. Anyone else? That's cool that we've got the Facebook. Hello. Anyone else? Come on now. Come on. What's working? Like when Kathy Joe was talking, how many of you had answers coming on? Like, well, what I do, you know, I choose to make it fun and easy. I love a touch of breathe to stay at feel. What does this turn into? Yes. How many go? They're not. How many? I'll put it this way. Just spoke with a really good friend of mine. He's actually a ninja level a martial artist. I mean that really. Went to I believe Japan to do one test where the guy sits there with the equivalent of a sword from behind, and with the purpose and intent of hitting him on the top of the head to kill him. That has to be the master's energy. And all people sitting around, he's sitting on his heels, sitting right there. And he has to know when to move to the side to not get hit. And he did. He just. So that's Spencer. And he was saying, you know, I touch and I stay. I'm remembering someone passed, a young person took their life. He went to hang out with the mom. And he thought it was going to be absolutely horrendous and terrible. And it was wonderful, even though really difficult. And he somehow just was able to share, I touch and I stay. And it worked. Every one of these, like I choose to make this easy. I choose to know. I give myself permission to remember, are real. We're changing the chemistry of our body. Where, you know, by our words we shall be justified, and by our words we shall be condemned. A man or woman who offendeth not in word, the same as a perfect person and able to bridle the whole body. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. In the beginning of anything was the word was with God, the word was God. I'm crying. I do recommend, as this gets worldwide, you buy tissues in these. I mean, stock in these. Buy tissues in these. I'm okay. He called me late at night, just letting you know, this works so well. He didn't know that's what he was going to do. I touch and I stay. I touch and I stay. What is that? I am that I am touches and stays. And I am that I am wins. My love wins. And once our love wins, we begin to blossom. Our greatest weakness inside of the challenge, inside of that is blessing. Inside of the problem is the solution, the solution. Our body language is giving us inner formation of what's being restored that gets to be agreed to. Anyone else? What's working for you? Going once? Go ahead, Jess, you got to mic yourself. Everyone, here's the way you play the game. Mic yourself first. I can see it. Then go. Jess, go ahead. What's working for you?
I just want to thank you because this touches me in a place that it just touches me really deeply and is allowing me to feel.
Now watch this. Now say, it touches me.
Yeah, it touches me.
Now say, good job. Now say, me touch me.
Me touch me.
Yeah, and me stay.
Me stay.
And everyone, we just start coming in and we land and we stay. How many touched and ran about 8,553 times a second? Anyone? So again, Jess, good job. I touch and I stay.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the same thing. I do my version of it. I've been doing it longer, but it's still, oh man. Yeah. I used to run from I'm going to give you the bottom line. Eventually, I believe, in my experience, there's one archetype, if I can share with you, each of us, that we will all have to admit this one truth of how much we love love. Come on. How many have been shy about how much you love love? Anyone? You know, it might not be this or cool or manly or womanly or whatever. No, see a baby, be completely on it at the grocery store, at the checkout lane. And then right in front of you is a little teeny young infant or child or baby or whatever, who is being pure. And how many have gone from completely on it to completely over it in less than a nanosecond or a nanny second, because you became a nanny, a divine. Come on, how many get? That's what it's all about, is admitting. Well, let's do it now. How many love? Come on now. How many love? How many have been shy about how much you love? And I'm so emotional. You're so emotional, not emotional. Emotion means against motion. So if I touch and I stay, I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel, those 5 frequencies renegotiate us back into the temple of the Most High Living God. And then our body language takes over. Anyone else? Any other comments? How about we'll go questions next? Anybody go ahead, Victoria.
For me, the last several days, I've had an experience where I have gone back into old teachings and files that you have done. And there goes the dog. So this is really important. And I have pulled up the BE facilitator courses that talk about what we do to ourselves to prepare ourselves for our community. And so before I have been intimately involved with our community with these assessments, yay dogs, God is here.
Yeah.
I have been increasing my bioliquid light. And I have been going to the end of our facilitation before it begins. And what I've learned is that light flows through us light flows through me as I am nutritionally prepared. And I have been doing the assessments of nutrition with our team, our beautiful mastery team. And I'm finding, I had someone yesterday ask me if I was galactic. And I said, I still wear a bra, so I think I'm human. And I said, it's the bioliquid light. So anything that holds me back, I used to ask questions for my little self. Now I feel, and the questions that come are loving and leading in a way, because Bob has talked to us about the questions we ask ourselves. If it's from our heart, we will immediately know. So for me, the nutritional support that we give ourselves immediately upgrades us, and we find the answers before we have asked have already been delivered. For me, the bioliquid light, and I've been taking it for 32 years, I believe. It's a daily thing for me. And this is our body temple, and the nutritional supplementation that I give myself allows me to receive all the light that's already been given. So questions, answers, light, love, and I'm feeling our community expand. And I'm doing BE sessions. I'm holding points.
And BE stands for body electronics. Everybody just know that.
Body electronics. I am watching our community upgrade through the questions that our system asks simply, where are you? How you doing? So period, end of statement.
Awesome. That's really good. So our team, Cynthia and Victoria, are doing hug sessions. A human upgrade guidance system, something I developed for a long time. And we've kind of let it go, and because of the version 1 focus, and now we're on version 2, brand neutral. And so we jump back in, I jump back in, and I rebuilt the capability of supporting my team with what we use nutrition wise, and nobody else has got what we've got in the way that we've got it that I know of. I was still always going to have to use what I had unless people adopt it, different companies adopt it. So we're fully back in. And so our team is doing these hug sessions, and they're 10 to 400 minutes. No, I'm just kidding, but they're as long as they need to be. And our team asks a series of questions, and then they design a nutritional upgrade, human upgrade guidance system program, enzymes rule, then minerals, all these other things. And I mean, this work. I mean, if I only use nutrition if it works. And so what Victoria is talking about is having enough liquid light in us, bioliquid light in us, that our thoughts happen instantly, that our synaptic brain works, that our organs have everything they require. So enzymes and coenzymes, which are exactly what the minerals are, which I've used for 50, since 79. So whatever that is, 79, 89, 99, 99, 09, 19. So 50 some, is that right? It's 50 some years, something like that. And I was going to say, and I'm fine. No, just kidding. I was going to do that, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, I can tell when I'm doing them and when I'm not doing them. Just like sovereign creative stability, I can tell when I've done it and I can tell when I haven't done it. How many love, like for me, everything is about my union with my creator. So if you can imagine of these electrolytes, and again, if we were to take the liquid chelated colloidal minerals is what they're called, and dry them out and lay each little tiny particle side by side, they're called colloids. If you look up in the air and you see stuff floating in the sunlight, those are called colloids. There's a liquid version of that. And so these minerals are not the type of like a gluconated, chelated, citrate, orotate, whatever, aspartate. None of it's not. These are tiny. If you soak your feet in them, you can taste them in a short period of time. So if we were to dry them out and take 1 cubic inch of these dried particles, these colloids, and lay them side by side, they would cover 1 square inch would cover 7.5 square acres of land. So can you imagine putting something in your body that increases your electro transmission? And we use them for what we call meta body electronics now. And so what I'm doing when I do coaching, and our team is doing when they do coaching, is we're doing a version of a non-physical body electronic session. And we're also bringing, like, and I learned from all my mentors when I became an herbalist, they would say, if a man is low in faith, feed them herbs. And I found that's true. Well, what do herbs have? They have colloids, they have, oils, they have all kinds of building blocks in our nutrients. That's why I love tinctures, because it's already made into a solution that our body can not have to digest. It can just take right up. So just know you can get these sessions, and we just started doing them, and I'm so happy we're doing them. And how many like the idea of getting your body frequency to the point of agreeing with your victory in life? So just know that's available, and it's very reasonable compared to if I did it. That's why they're doing it. And I mean, I've done it before. People were getting ready for body electronics. I do for $50. I'll show you what your thing is. They're doing that for half of that. So thank you, both of you, for doing that. And I mean, how many even know by just asking, all right, what can I do to move up scale? You're already moving up scale. I mean, that happens. So just know that. And there's maybe somebody can put there. It's already in there, right? Yeah, already done. I just saw it. All right, let's play the game. Y'all ready to play the game? Are you all ready to play the game? All right, so what we do is I'm going to come up with a concept of what today's spiritual assignment is, and I'll craft a question. I'm a question crafter. And then and your body will go, whatever it does, they have some signals. You just write them down in order of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 or 4 is usually enough. I'm going to get that. And you don't have to think them. You just go, that's all right here. And you don't go, what's that? Just write them down. Our body, the spirit, our creator communicating through us does not need us to translate right away, as long as we're going to find a way to translate. It'll go bang, 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 bang. And then know that what's returning when we answer the question is the unfolding or the agreement of a blessing already bestowed. What? It's the agreement. So again, I share the concept. It's scripture again says, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be open. And how many went, oh yeah, it's nice. I've done that before. It didn't work. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It's a law. This is really big, kids. This is the only place that I've heard it in this particular way, right, at all. And I didn't get it in the first 4 decades of my life. I got it in the current decade I'm in on this topic. All right, ask and you shall receive. You do receive, but it is delivered in the invisible. So anybody that's heavily burdened, no, you're not. You're blessed and you haven't received it yet. So body will tell us what to agree, to clear, to resurrect, to forgive, to transform, to claim, to agree with, to appreciate, to have value for. It, like we talked about supply abundance last session. Abundance is value. It's never an amount of something. So I'm going to go, I remember my divine value. That's really what it takes to be abundant. How many are going, oh, I thought it was an amount of money. No, it's not an amount of money. That's energy. So if I can be grateful for the value and revalue myself, I immediately remagnetize myself to additional value, supply as is required or ahead of time. And then as I begin to, the word deserve means to be of service, deserve, of serve. So if I go ignite value, I serve, I am of service to value everywhere I go, I begin to become more and more magnetic to good. And my creator, if God is for me, who could be against me? If my creator, and everyone put that in your vernacular for your words for God or whatever it is. And I mean, that's got to be your way, your what's true for you. What begins to happen is the more we, let's say I need support, I go give support. I keep 60% of the support I give, and I get it. It comes through me, and I gift it through the person into universal supply. So from universal supply through me, them into universal supply. I now will, according to law, rooted in Deuteronomy, I'll get a tenfold return. I'm not doing it for that reason. It happens. It's more blessed to give than receive. I thought that was about the passing the plate in church. No, it's a law. I am more greatly blessed when I give. And how many get that? I will also, if somebody gives to me, I have to receive it through me into the heart of God. And not from them, through them. Pretty soon we hook it all up and we realize I am already what I desire to be. That's a huge thing. Anybody, if I can do this, I might be able to have that. And then someday I can do this. And then someday I can do that. And then, no, I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just ineffective. So to what we're doing here in the thriving thing or supply thing is we're really becoming magnetic. And so whatever I choose to receive, I go give. If I choose to feel honored, I go honor whatever's true in my world. If I choose to be forgiven, I forgive. If I choose genius, I honor genius everywhere I go. I see genius everywhere I go. If I choose harmony in relationships, I go be harmonious. In sound, you can have a dissonance, and in sound, you can create a sound that harmonizes that and makes it a beautiful sound. You can harmonize with anything. You know, the headphones that they're noise canceling, all they do is play back the sound and it nullifies the outside noise. How many like the idea of walking around in the great, great silence of your creator, where all things are created? I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel. And then the amount of body language going on is, how many noticed you had a little bit of body language? So my job is I'm doing my best, I'll leave it at that, to not read Carlin with all the going on. And again, you all get, not wrong, it's always spirit moving. So it's sacred. What we're doing is sacred. So, all right. So last time we did supply, we could do it again. Is there anything else? We're going to take a mic yourself and just shout, what would you like this topic to be this time? Now, Elizabeth goes, so will, direction, look at her, God-given strengths or driving. No, just kidding. Help, HELP, and beauty. and my hands are working better. I really love it. I broke my wrist, and anyway, it's coming. Sex, Desires, and Money. So Elizabeth was over there going, "Hey, Bob, I'm working on some desires over here." I mean, notice how many notice that's a real common. Voter victory, kids. She's all embarrassed. Yes or no? Honey, don't be. I desire and I'm proud. I desire sex, desires, and money. Look at her. She first breath on that. She probably held her breath from the moment I went, "Hello, Elizabeth's got," and look at Victoria's over going, "Hello, hello, anything going on? I'm holding a pound right up here in my." No. All right. So, what would you like it to be about, Mike or so? And I'll write them down. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, Carlin.
Health.
Health. Okay. Whose health first?
Everyone's.
But we'll start with you.
Me.
And then my family and whatever. Okay, good. So health, we got it. Thank you. Who else? What would you like it to be about? Anyone? You guys are so funny because I can read everything you're saying, but you got to say it out loud. Go ahead, Victoria.
Divine value.
Got it. Who else? David.
Receiving love.
Good, thank you. Who else? Mic yourself first, then I can figure out where you, and then wave, because then I can find you. I can have up to 49 on my monitor, and it's pretty fun when we have 49 people. It's like, where are you? Anyway, come on, what else? Is everybody satisfied with health, divine value, and receiving love? Everybody's good with that. What about what? Go ahead, Elizabeth, go ahead.
Forgiveness.
She goes, forgiveness. Forgiveness of anger?
Yes.
How did I know that? Because she went to thyroid, parathyroid. Forgiveness of anger. Forgiveness of anger. How many go, "Oh, you're kidding me"? You mean we're all telling the truth all day long? Yep, that's for sure. All right, so forgiveness. All right, so I'm going to see if I can craft this into a question. And then just kind of take 4 deep breaths and make sure you exhale them. Otherwise, you pass gas later in the day. How many know I do bring a little humor to it? How many are going, see, when you're laughing, you're getting rid of some of that air that you've been holding on to. Otherwise, it goes toot, toot, toot. So I would prefer to laugh versus tooting. Okay. All right. So here we go. So now I'm going to, it might be a little long. We'll see where it goes, but don't do any reading until I build the whole thing. Now that my health and my full divine value has landed in me, and I forgive what's new and different for me. Now that my health and my divine value has landed in me, and I forgive what's new and different for me. 3 or 4 things. Thank you, Charles. And once you've got it, just raise your hand so I know. How many notice you've got some digging and scratching going on? And again, many of us are beginning to realize that notice the tissue inside of the word tissue is the word issue. So these are T issues. Thought I'd share that. So put your hand up if you found your 3 or 4. How many still have 71 coming? Who have yet to find? We got it. That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go. So what happens here is raise your hand by miking yourself I can see you do that. And then raise your hand, and we'll do one at a time. And we got 16 minutes. So we'll figure out who you're going to tell me, and I'll take in information as I require to be able to do the translation. And everyone, please know, whether we get to you or not, it's all in here. Clear? You can, I mean, yeah, this is called the dynamic state. Static state, pain somewhere, something going on somewhere, not moving. This is the moving self. So that's what this is about. Everyone say out loud, I choose to make this fun and easy. Everyone say, I recommit to playing 125%. Everyone say, only love touches me. Say it again, only love touches me. All right, who's our first guinea person? Mic yourself first and then wave. Mic yourself first and wave. All right, who's our second person then? David. Okay, I got you. All right, so what are your body signals?
I got a signal across my chest was the first one.
All right, and from left to right or right to left?
Yes, right to left, yes.
And which finger?
That was my middle finger.
Okay. All right, what's the next one?
I got a little twinkle under my right eye, little twinge.
Well, I like the twinkle.
Twinkle.
when in the twinkling of an eye, like a thief in the night. So we're going to work on that. All right, so right eye and twinkle, twinkle. All right, what's the next one?
My shoulders relaxed.
And did you lead with one or the other, or was it equal?
It was equal.
Okay, right and left. And when you did your shoulders, even now, that's still signal. Which fingers did you point to?
That was my pointer finger.
Yeah, so direction. Everybody hear it? So do you get, I'm adding in more refined stuff because it's all readable, even though we'll see where it goes. So I'm going to say index. And then was there a fourth signal?
That's the three signals I got.
Oh, good. All right. So is that in the health, divine value, receiving love, already received, that's why I did that, and forgiving, right to left. So chest. So once you do this question and it happens for you, the chest is love. So, and especially what you did later, did you finally forgive yourself for something?
I did right now.
Yep, I did. But it's a yes, no question.
Yes.
Okay, good. And so I forgive myself. You don't have to get specific in ways that aren't appropriate, but I forgive myself for what?
I forgive myself for guilt.
Okay. And if everyone, the word guilt, I have so many people because I do the scale of emotions and all that stuff. Guilt can be anywhere. Like Ron Smotherman, Winning Through Enlightenment, the book Winning Through Enlightenment, he says, guilt is just saying you're going to do it again. So I forgive my guilt. Say it.
I forgive my guilt.
And who did you learn guilt from?
Mom.
And who wore the pants in the family?
Mom.
So that's the right side. Masculine, linear, outgoing, rational doing. So now I forgive my mom.
I forgive my mom.
And then I see in a new way.
I see in a new way.
And I am seen in a new way.
I am seen in a new way.
So which one? You can have them both, but which one leads? Vote is victor, kids. Go ahead.
In a new way.
Say it again.
I am seen in a new way.
By who?
My wife.
Good. Good job. And then it would cascade. I'll leave that in the silence. But what's happening in your body right now?
My shoulders are relaxing.
Yeah, dude. So that's the next thing. Yeah. Yep.
Wave of energy right here. Yeah.
Yep. So now both shoulders are burdens and blessings. So now I restore my blessings.
I restore my blessings.
And so the index, when you gave the instruction and you use your index fingers, those are directions. So again, sex, desires, and money, help, H-E-L-P, and beauty, God-given strengths, direction, receiving left side, giving right side, will, receiving, giving. So again, I direct myself to restore what blessings?
I direct myself to restore my blessings.
Which ones? So I'm going to help him. I'm going to help just because it's there. I'm showing you why body language is so helpful. So have you been carrying a burden for your dad?
Yes.
Have you been carrying a burden for your mother?
Yes.
So now I restore my lineage's blessings.
I restore my lineage's blessings.
Say it again.
I restore my lineage's blessings.
And what happens for you as you do that?
My heart softens.
And that's a metaphor. So my love does what?
My love returns.
Yeah, there's your receiving right there, my friend. Good. And so breathe. Did you just touch and run or touch and stay?
I stayed.
Good. Did you run a little?
I did.
So say that, twink butt.
There's been points through this conversation where I feel my chest tighten up.
I got it. So you just say, yo, tight chest.
Yo, tight chest.
I love you anyway.
I love you anyway.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
So the only reason I'm saying twink butt is how many state what you choose. And forgive me, I've just created a way to do this. For how many go twink butt? Oh, that's a new one. So and twink face is a really advanced version of that word. All right. So when you tightened up a little bit, that's running. Yes, not wrong.
Yes. Yes.
And so if we can admit the truth, that sets us free. So how many have made the statement of I stayed is what you want to be true. And yet what I said is, did you touch and stay or run? So if you can admit what's true and love it, then truth is restored. How many are going, you're kidding me? And I have to be honest? Not at all.
Yes.
How many notice my body language is a little stronger than the words I spoke? So if I ran and I love myself anyway. I forgive myself for running. And our Creator's given 8 bazillion infinite number of get out of jail, guilt-free cards by the law of forgiveness. So let's do this one, David. Just say, I call on the law of forgiveness.
I call on the law of forgiveness.
For all my mistakes.
For all of my mistakes.
And what I'm saying, and what's different, for all my mistakes, what you're saying is for all of my mistakes. Now start again. I call, and vote as victory, kids. This is huge. Do it yourself. I call on the law of forgiveness.
I call on the law of forgiveness.
For all my mistakes.
For all my mistakes.
Their cause.
Their cause.
Effect.
Effect.
Record. Keep your eyes open. Their cause.
Their cause.
And the reason I'm saying keep your eyes open, everyone, is that keeps us in real time instead of going away. Got it? We're going to have it here. Their cause.
Their cause.
Effect.
Effect.
Record.
Record.
And memory.
And memory.
And all undesirable creation.
And all undesirable creation.
For which my outer human self is responsible.
For which my outer human self is responsible.
And I call on the law of forgiveness.
I call on the law of forgiveness.
For all my lineage's errors.
For all my lineage's errors.
Their cause, effect, record, and memory.
Their cause, effect, record, and memory.
And I am the law of forgiveness.
I am the law of forgiveness.
And what's your name for your Creator?
God.
I call on the law of forgiveness.
I call on the law of forgiveness.
And I am forgiven.
I am forgiven.
By God's divine love.
By God's divine love.
And I walk free.
And I walk free.
And my lineage, that shoulder, my lineage walks free.
And my lineage walks free.
I restore my blessings.
I restore my blessings.
Say it again.
I restore my blessings.
Now I am my blessings restored.
I am my blessings restored.
Now what's your body saying?
Well, my right leg kicked forward like
So now say I move forward.
I move forward
in a brand new way.
In a brand new way.
Doing what? Right side is outflow, masculine, doing, action. So I move forward doing what?
Stepping into my masculine.
And with permission, repeat that. That way you hook up all the words. I move forward.
I move forward into my masculine energy
And vague.
and
I
faith.
mean, no, don't say vague. I'm sorry, dude.
What?
It's so fun when I get a whole group doing decrees and then it says it's time for lunch and the whole class will go, it's time for lunch. I'm going, oh my God. Oops. All right. So now do you get that you're stepping into masculinity is vagui, vague. So I'm stepping into my what?
I'm stepping into my greatness.
Ah, how different. How many get my greatness? How about my divine greatness?
My divine greatness.
Oh, good. And so now that I step in, everyone now, can you all feel a shift energetically?
Yes.
This is literally where he's going from the reverse modal coil. Now he's actually, can anybody feel like a bit of a spin or a shift? That's what all 7 steps are about, is we're going to walk new into a new state. So, and vote is victory, stay voting victory, stay voting victory, stay voting victory, and do it in you. You don't do it out there, you do it in here. So what happens now? Do you move forward in your greatness?
I receive love. I give love. Unlimited.
Unlimited. No.
No.
What kind of love?
Divine love.
Yeah. Say it. I say start again. I receive.
I receive divine love and I give divine
All right. Now
love.
watch this. I receive divine love and I give divine love. It's not landing.
It's not landing. Here we go.
And now left shoulder. I forgive my mom. Say it. I forgive my mom.
I forgive my mom.
For what?
For fear.
Ah, so I forgive my mom's fear.
I forgive my mom's fear.
So yo fear,
Yo, fear.
I love you
I love you
just the way you are.
just the way you are.
Come and sit at my table of life.
Come and sit at my table of life.
So when we touch, like perfect love casteth out all fear, when we touch love, fear with love, love is our source code. I'm talking about divine love, agape, light, cosmic. So what you're doing now is literally doing all the things your original signals talked about. What happens when your mother is she on the planet?
Yes.
What happens when your mother is forgiven and she forgives her fear?
She can relax.
Yeah, she relaxes.
She relaxes.
And when she relaxes, what returns for her?
Love.
Yeah, notice you're breathing deeper, yes or no?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Got it. And so say my mom, this is the spins are going on. It's pretty wild. My mother trusts love again.
My mother trusts love again.
And then what happens for you?
I relax.
Yeah. And then what happens?
My chest loosens.
Yeah, I trust my love
I trust my love
again
again.
or
I trust
fully.
my love again fully.
Say, I trust my love fully. Try it.
I trust my love fully.
Now say, I trust my own love fully.
Trust my own love fully.
Say, do you get it? Was like, not wrong. I trust my own love. Kind of boring. You have to like mean it.
I trust my love fully.
My own love fully.
I trust my own love fully.
Yeah. And then all you get a little, I trust my own love because the whole idea is to own love. Yes.
Woo.
Yep, exactly. And do you oh yeah, I've got another one. Fun kids. All right. So now you may have been living some of your mother's expectation or fear, whatever, no judgment. We all can do it. But now I choose my own life.
I choose my own life.
Say it nice. Say it again.
I choose my own life.
What kind of life?
A life of love.
My life of love.
My life of love.
Notice that went in deeper this time. My life of a life of love. My life of love is coming in.
My
Yes.
life of love.
Say it again.
My life of love.
And then what happens?
I choose to know.
All right, we'll wait. And your heart will tell you, your noggin won't.
My heart open.
No, that's vague. No, 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 no. That's a metaphor. I agree with the energetics. How about my love opens, my love, my divine love, my cosmic love, my pure love. But my open heart surgery happened when the psychologist at the time started saying, open your heart. That's right then, shortly thereafter is open heart surgery. Not a good idea.
Cancel clear.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Good job.
My divine love affects me.
Now say, I love my love.
I love my love.
Let it be a fact. Say it again.
I love my love.
Notice it can go deeper. Is that true?
It can.
All right.
I love my love.
How about I let myself love my love?
I let myself love my love.
Now, again, is it still bouncing?
It is still bouncing.
It's a yes, no question.
Yes.
All right. And the reason I go yay, nay, let your yay be yay, let your nay be yay, whoop, whoop, nay, nay. All right. So now, sorry. So you've been out of body when you say I move forward in my masculine, my creator self, my whatever. Do you get, you've been living everybody else's life potentially. Now I live my own life. Say it.
I live my own life.
Now, again, it's still guarded. Is that true?
Yes.
Wuss.
I feel my chest is guarded right now.
All right. Say, so yo fear.
Yo fear.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
That's all. Because you see, if fear only shows up when we leave ourselves. So as you're coming back in, your guarded self's going, oh, you told me to fear. You told me to guard. You told me. And so does your God require guarding?
No.
So now all of us know whatever in us is guarding ain't our creator. It's not wrong. It's just not our creator. Yes. So say, I love my fear.
I love my fear.
Yo fear.
Yo fear.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
And notice, is it going a little bit deeper?
Yes.
Say it again. Yo fear.
Yo fear.
I let you get bigger and I love you anyway.
I let you get bigger and I love you anyway.
And I love my fear into my faith.
I love my fear into my faith.
I love my fear into my trust.
I love my fear into my trust.
I love my fear into my courage.
I love my fear into my courage.
I love my fear into my assuredness.
I love my fear into my assuredness.
I love my secure love.
I love my secure love.
I am secure love.
I am secure love.
And what David just found is his mission in life, an aspect of it. Yes or no, David?
Yes.
And so in a few minutes, in 10 minutes, let's say 5 minutes, whatever it is, do you get that one of your missions in life is to ignite secure love everywhere you go?
Yes. I accept it.
Yeah. So when do you start?
Now.
And so the tightness that you used to have in your chest or still do whatever, that's we have to give it to ourselves before we emit in the world.
Yes.
What'd you learn?
I learned to love my fear. There was, when you said, is God fearful? There was a shift in that tension. It definitely changed when you said that, is God fearful or is God guarded?
Yeah.
I noticed that's exactly what I was doing in the past.
And so now do you see our greatest weakness shall be our greatest strength? So do you get that guarded nature isn't wrong. It's strengthening our greatest weakness shall be. So in other words, by you understanding and having your experiences, when you come in and you love it anyway, and don't make it wrong, do you get how you begin to ignite whatever the replacement is in you and all the words to it? You become a lightning rod for that, become a sentinel for that.
Yes.
So what happens in your life now that you ignite secure love everywhere you go? And by the way, did you breathe you or did Spirit breathe you just then?
Spirit.
Everyone know, imagine when I learned this in imagination activation, when I'm going, well, now that I'm supplied now, and all of a sudden I say an automatic deep breath. Well, that means automatic, which means our thinker didn't do it. Our spirit did it. Our automatic system breathed us. So do you notice that your spirit was a full yes for what you just said?
Yes.
How do you feel now that you got a yes from your creator?
Feel love.
Yeah, say it again.
I feel love.
And that's the thing about receive love, yeah?
Yes.
How many have been banging on the door of life, bang, 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 and somebody walks along and goes, dude, or dudette, the door opens in.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Beautiful job. Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. Comments on David, what'd you get from it? We're going to take a few more minutes. Mic yourself first and wave. Comments, come on, share, because this is where we're voting victory. All right, who's second? Philip.
I just recognize our weakness becomes our life mission. As you explained with David, that's big.
How many get, oh man, our greatest weakness shall be our greatest strength. How many have been running from a weakness that's actually your strength? Yep. Anyone else? Thank you, Philip. That's awesome. Jess.
I want to thank David. It was it was brilliant for me. It spoke to what I've been seeking my whole life.
And now say, I want to thank David.
I want to thank David.
Now say, I thank David.
I thank David. Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just wanting, it loads up. And
Yeah.
Good job here. Good.
Yeah. I'm learning.
Yeah, me too. I'm remembering. It's faster. Anyone else? Come on, what else you get? How many got a lot out of that? Go ahead, Elizabeth. Little finger, Elizabeth. Go ahead, honey.
Just repeating what he's saying too has been really amazing too. What he's going through, I feel like I'm just following along, and the words that I'm repeating because he's saying it is also just me working through stuff. So this is just, yeah. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, yeah, I like it. Well, yeah, good job. How many of you have started going, hello, little finger? How are you? No, just kidding. Anyone else? Go ahead, Kathy Jo.
I found it interesting because I'm sitting here and I'm bouncing my legs back and forth, which is not common for me. About the time you were talking to him and you were talking about, what are you bouncing? And I'm going, talking to David, and I'm thinking, I'm bouncing my legs. And I'm like, this is not normal for me to be sitting here like bouncing.
Awesome. How many know we were all involved? Yes. And so by voting victory, only blessings happen from interactions. How many have been with somebody and took on, because of resistance, the perceived pattern? So by voting victory, we're a sun presence. Therefore, only blessings happen. And even if you took it on, whatever, fear, I love you, you can immediately transform it. You know, how many have got blessings that you took on as burdens that are waiting for you to touch with love and stay? That's what this is all about. Anyone else?
Bob?
Yes. Okay.
My nose kept itching.
Yeah, and this is I can, this is I will. So I can and will, 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 I can. That's usually what that is about. And the nose knows. How many got that figured out? It's the leading edge of our cognitive awareness. How many are nose? And so this is the pie hole. This is our inspiration nose. Left side, right side, left. Anyway, that's the way it works. All right. Thank you all for being here and playing. This is fun. Yes, we're getting, yes. And remember, all of you, when you go, oh, I don't want to click the button, click it. Because look what happens. It's a good, Cynthia, announcements, and then we'll sign off.
Yes, everyone received an email about our Mastery of Commitment class this evening. It's a free Zoom call. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You also received an email, well, everyone on our email list, that's going to put it that way, received an email for a nutritional session that Victoria and I are doing. You can sign up for that as well. 10 minutes to 400 hours. We're experiencing all kinds of things, and it's a very low investment. And so please check your email.
And what it does is that they're going to ask you a series of questions, And then they can design for you a way to use the plant kingdom to upgrade. And it works. I mean, it's worked every time I've done it. So, and I've been doing it for a long time. So how many love the idea of now that I'm upscale, now that I touch and stay, and you can get your book out. I'm going to get it. And, or, you can get a session. How many choose to help other people with this? Come on, you could even do it from a Zoom. I'm not even reading all the movements. How many are telling my legs are moving? Anyone? Is the people going to say, what's that mean? What's that? They're going to tell you what's going on. It's really fun. I vote your victory. Let's all vote victory. Let's vote victory on our planet right now. Let's imagine grace, which is love, forgiveness, and mercy, frequently described as violet light, moving from where you are on Mother Earth, moving across the planet in every direction, dissolving, purifying, raising, and replacing without retribution, all inharmonious action, including everything that we don't like, purifying it, raising it, and replacing it by love alone. And then the blessing we send out, imagine the angels carry, and it goes all the way to fruition, and we will feel grace touch us from every direction. Keep it up. Yes? All right. Thank you all. See you next time.